Happy Thursday, everybody. We made it almost to Friday.
What's the second best day to Friday?
Saturday?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Of the work week, Ella.
Of the week.
Come on.
Oh, the work week, easy, Thursday. But
Yeah.
the whole thing, I don't know, is it Saturday or, yeah, I guess it would be Saturday, right?
I think Saturday. I mean, I love Sunday, but then those scaries start creeping in.
Oh, God.
No, Sunday, you already know you're over with the week. Like, I honestly, in my head, I plan for now Monday, even into Sunday. I just can never really, it's like a day to not do much of anything.
When you wake up this early, though, your Sunday ends at 5 p.m.
Yeah,
for all of you who are watching right now. Yeah, so you have to plan your week, get your groceries. So, yeah, Thursday it is.
That's the pick.
We've decided Thursday.
This is not what our Facebook topic is
No,
about.
but hey, we're on theme because in 2 Thursdays from now, I believe, everybody will be celebrating Thanksgiving.
Oh my
but just
gosh,
like
it's 2 weeks
everything
away.
else-
Isn't that
yeah,
crazy?
It's coming
It is
fast.
crazy when it's like
But just like
80
everything else in the
degrees outside.
past, it's going to be different this year. So you guys have been talking on the morning show about the different precautions that I believe the CDC has out. I actually don't remember what those was, so I'll let the professionals say that.
Putting us on the spot too, man.
They're pretty easy, Rodney. All those
Yeah.
things you were going to do, don't do
Just
them.
don't do it.
No.
And that's our question for you on Facebook with the precautions that the CDC wants us to observe. How are you going to celebrate Thanksgiving this year? Are you going to travel, not travel? Is your spread going to be different? Like, how's that going to work for you this year?
Okay, so I remember that when we ran this story yesterday, the guidelines were wear a mask the entire time unless you are eating. Do not pet.
Which is the whole day.
The whole day. Do not pet the people's pets where you are going. You're not allowed to pet any pets. Bring your own utensils and bring your own food. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, why would you even go anywhere?
Right. If you're going to go through that trouble, just stay at home.
If
Right.
you gotta bring your own plate and then I gotta bring my own turkey and then I can't pet your dog,
It's
you really have to bring
BYOB
your
to
own
Thanksgiving. Bring everything.
I will be sitting on my couch. My mom and I my Thanksgiving has always been based around my grandma, and she passed away in August, so we don't really have plans. Usually it's just a small family gathering. I think this year we might just get takeout from somewhere and call it a day. What about you guys?
I will be working Thanksgiving. I work.
I will
pretty
be
much
working
every
as well.
Thanksgiving. But honestly, I don't mind because we got a lot of things going on and it's fine. And I eat my dinner earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And Ella, like you, I've lost some family members, so Thanksgiving unfortunately is not the same. So I have a small contingent. My daughter, she's back at home from college. She's a boomerang baby, so she's back with me now. But she'll be off doing her own thing. I have friends who are leaving town, but other friends who are staying. So I'm probably going to have an early dinner, but we kind of stay in our own bubble, your bubble with the people closest to you. So I'll just kind of make it a very small gathering earlier in the day before I come to work.
Yeah,
Rob?
I think my wife's family's coming to town. I am also working Thanksgiving, although in the morning I will be off to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner. But like Tracy, I eat mine earlier in the day, so it's kind of weird. This year will be the first time I've ever done like an actual dinner. So they're coming into town. So we got my wife's mom and dad, and then sisters coming in from LA. So that is kind of the example of what they're saying not to do. She's going to get a COVID test before she takes off, like the day before, just to make sure that the time leading up to that she's negative. And she agreed to get one when she arrives here too, before she actually gets to our house, because we have a 2-month-old and almost 2-year-old. So
But Rob, will she bring her own plates and utensils?
she will probably not be doing that. And let's
packing
face
the
it, when you
turkey?
look at all those recommendations, like I appreciate that, and we're going to take it seriously. Like I just mentioned, we have our own precautions, but it's really unlikely that almost anyone is going to follow all of those recommendations to a T. And that's why health officials are scared about what this Thanksgiving and Christmas might look like.
Are they really asking people to bring their own plates
I
and
think
utensils?
that is the
Yes.
direction we took it in. What it said specifically was bring your own food and drink. And so that kind of turns into utensils
No,
as well.
it said bring your own spoons, forks,
I know we
knives, and
said that.
plates.
Yeah.
So I'm with Tracy. I think that if you're to the point to where you're bringing the food and the plates, you might as
Yeah.
well just stay at
I'm
home.
just going to pop you up on Zoom and just, watch you eat
right,
your cranberry.
Right?
Exactly.
Hey, my
That
turkey's
makes no
really
sense.
good. You can't have any. I'm sorry you have to have your turkey, which is a little dry, but
So Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of the year. So I really can't wait to go home. But I will admit that I'll be an adult this year. A couple of things, like normally we eat at home with our immediate family, and I'm the guy who drives to everybody, like all the aunts' houses. And
To see how much food you can collect, isn't it?
Exactly.
Wow.
That's
I
what
already
I
know
do.
your type, Rodney.
But this year, obviously, won't be doing that. So it's going to be more of an intimate, just with the immediate family sort of a deal. But otherwise, I think we're going to pretty much do our Thanksgiving with the food and everything the same as we always do. Obviously, just safer and not as many people. And my mom actually texted me earlier this week because the cases are starting to go back up. So hopefully we won't get into a situation that we were in earlier this year where they start kind of stopping people from
Shutting
traveling.
things down again.
Exactly. So that's one thing that I am watching.
You know, just like Thanksgiving is going to be a time where people get together. It does spread. We already have major cases, record-breaking cases. So it's kind of like you kind of want to think, okay, one Thanksgiving, if I could just stay home, it could save people's lives.
Right.
You know, so it's kind of just, you got to be thankful for being safe almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What are
and so-
people on our Facebook saying, Rodney?
Well, before I get to that, so one of the things that we have done this year within our family, we've had a lot of events just like everybody else. And we've done a pretty good job at having the events with a very small group of people. So we're basically going to extend that. You know, like somebody has a birthday this year, instead of 50 people, it's 10. We'll keep that format going for Thanksgiving so we can still celebrate, just like I said before, just not with as many people. And everybody has, you know, their own thing that they're going to do. Tom says we are not adjusting. We're staying the same. Adam says no. Tom says the CDC can shove it. Justina says not sure yet, still thinking about it. Michael says we're going to have a small group of friends over for Thanksgiving. Ralisha, I believe this is, saying staying home and cooking. So Alicia following the advice. Laura says, not really adjusting anything. I usually just hang at home with the hubby and the daughter. So that's also important. There are a lot of people who don't have big gatherings anyway.
Yeah.
At least Thanksgiving's kind of isolated to one day too. Like Christmas is going to be wild because people, you know, celebrate Christmas Eve and Christmas, and they go to different family members on Christmas Eve and Christmas, and then the weekend. That is going to be an even more like interesting circumstance compared to Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah, and I think you have to think about it the way you approach the rest of the world, because obviously for all of us, we come into work every day, and there are precautions we take here. And, you know, when you go to the grocery store, go get gas or whatever you may do, you take those precautions, put on your mask, wash your hands. I get hand sanitizer and I do use it, but to me, soap and water are still the best thing you could ever do. And be very cognizant of, you know, you're touching your eyes and nose and mouth. And I think, you know, maybe for the best thing for people is to take those precautions and really be in a small bubble. Rob, like you said, you know, just small family gatherings. And I know when I talk to doctors, Rodney, they say it's really about kind of the 3 Ds, the duration, the distance that you are from someone, the duration, how long you're with someone, and the density, how many people are in some of these small rooms in someone's home. So yeah, open some windows. Go outside. Hopefully, if the weather's nice, turn the air on. So you turn on the fan so you have a lot of ventilation. But there's things to do because I don't think a lot of people. I don't know how much this will change what people do for the holidays.
If you have a college kid, have them get tested before they come home because it's so widely available at all the college campuses. A lot of the university administrations are saying to have their students get a COVID test. It's easy for them to not be as impacted by it on campus, but of course going home, grandma, grandpa, those types of things. So if you have a college age student, it might be a good idea to have them get tested.
I think that's the biggest thing, the travel part. That's the one thing I'm genuinely concerned about, is actually getting on a plane.
You are?
I am now, because
you haven't flown since the pandemic.
Oh no, I've flown for sure, but it seems like the cases are starting to go back up.
Yeah.
And so with that's what's kind of making me like, because there was a point where I couldn't fly back home to Texas at one point.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they don't do that. I like this one from Mary. We'll end with this. Every day above the ground is a blessing. I've learned to be content in whatever state I'm in. So enjoy your Thanksgiving, however that may be.
Have a great day.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Words to live by.